In the town of Starwood, where secrets seemed to hide beneath every cobblestone street, 4 young explorers had a bond stronger than anything. Mia, Sam, Tariq and Lila, together they were known as the Midnight Pack. By day they were regular kids, but at night they became adventurers, seeking out the mysteries their quiet town kept hidden. Tonight the air was crisp, and a full moon hung high, casting a silver glow over Starwood. As the town slept, the 4 friends quietly snuck out of their homes, meeting in the shadow of the grand oak tree in the park, their usual meeting place. The night was perfect for an adventure, and they had heard rumours of something incredible, the Enchanted Tree of Starwood, said to hold a treasure beyond imagination. The legend told of a massive tree deep within Starwood's Old Forest, a place where the trees were so ancient their branches seemed to touch the sky. At its roots, the enchanted tree was said to hide a secret that could only be revealed under the light of a full moon, and tonight was the night. With hearts full of excitement and their flashlights cutting through the dark, the Midnight Pack set off toward the Old Forest. The forest stood at the farthest edge of town, a place rarely visited by anyone. As they approached the thick line of trees, a light mist began to settle, wrapping around their feet like soft clouds. The deeper they went, the more the world around them seemed to change. The air was cool and the smell of pine and earth filled their senses. The sound of their footsteps was the only noise, muffled by the blanket of leaves on the forest floor. Even the wind seemed to hold its breath as they journeyed deeper. After what felt like hours of walking, they found it, a tree larger than anything they had ever seen. The enchanted tree stood in the middle of a small clearing, its roots twisting out of the ground like ancient fingers, and its massive branches stretched out far, covering the clearing like a protective canopy. It shimmered slightly in the moonlight, as if it was alive, breathing, waiting. The Midnight Pack stared in awe, captivated by the beauty of the tree. The legend was real. They circled the tree, searching for the hidden treasure they believed lay beneath its roots. The bark was thick and covered in moss, but on one side the tree seemed to glow a little brighter. It was there, tucked between the roots, that Mia noticed something. The ground had a soft golden hue, faint but unmistakable. The pack quickly gathered, brushing away leaves and dirt until they uncovered a small ancient wooden door nestled between the massive roots. The door was covered in carvings of stars and moons, and as Mia reached out to touch it, the door slowly creaked open. Behind it was a small winding tunnel, just big enough for them to crawl through. One by one, the Midnight Pack squeezed inside, their hearts racing with excitement. As they crawled through the tunnel, they could see a soft golden light growing brighter ahead. When they reached the end, they emerged into a hidden underground chamber. The walls were lined with glowing vines that gave off a warm, gentle light. In the centre of the chamber stood a stone pedestal, and on top of it was the treasure they had been seeking, a single silver seed. The pack gathered around, puzzled. A seed? This was the legendary treasure. But as they stood there, something extraordinary happened. The seed began to glow brighter, and the chamber was filled with a soft humming sound. It was as if the seed was speaking to them, telling them its story. The seed, the treasure of the enchanted tree, had the power to bring joy and growth wherever it was planted. It was a gift for the people of Starwood, a reminder of the magic and wonder that lived within the town's roots. Realizing the importance of their discovery, the Midnight Pack carefully took the seed and made their way back through the tunnel, up to the surface and out into the forest. The moon was still high, lighting their way as they returned to the heart of Starwood. The next morning, just before the sun began to rise, the pack decided to plant the seed at the centre of the town, in the park where they always met. Together they dug a small hole beneath the grand oak tree, gently placing the silver seed inside and covering it with soft earth. As they stepped back, something miraculous occurred. The ground began to tremble slightly, and a soft golden light shot up from the earth. From the very spot where the seed had been planted, a small tree began to grow. Slowly at first, but then faster until it reached the height of the old oak tree beside it. Its leaves shimmered with a soft glow, and its branches spread wide as if to embrace the town. It was beautiful, unlike any tree they had ever seen. By sunrise, people began to gather, drawn to the park by the sight of this magnificent new tree. They stood in awe, marvelling at its beauty and the feeling of peace and joy it seemed to radiate. Word spread quickly, and soon the entire town of Starwood knew about the enchanted tree and the children who had brought it to life. The tree became a symbol of hope and happiness, a place where families gathered, where stories were told, and where new adventures began. And as for the Midnight Pack, they knew their work was not done. Starwood was filled with mysteries, and the world was wide with wonders yet to be discovered. As the sun set on another day, the pack knew that when the next adventure called, they would be ready. And so the Midnight Pack's latest adventure came to an end, leaving behind a gift for the town they loved. Starwood, with its hidden secrets and ancient magic, had given them yet another treasure, not of gold or jewels, but of something much greater. And as the stars twinkled overhead, the Midnight Pack knew there would always be more to find, more to explore, in a world where wonder never fades.